to Shanmugam IAS Academy. This is Ashwin. Let us enter into current events of the day. So the topics and discussion for today are India-Afghanistan agreement to build Shahid Dam in Kabul. So it is an international relationship-based question. We are going to discuss about it. Indian Navy's compact readiness exercise, that is Tropics 21. Second phase of Vigyan Jyoti program. Nord Stream 2 pipeline between Germany and Russia. It is a natural gas based pipeline going to be implemented between Germany and Russia. We are going to discuss about it. Most public buses are not accessible to PWDs. The people with disabilities are not able to access their public buses. So we are going to discuss the issue based on it. Self-regulatory toolkit by OTTs for implementation of self-regulation codes 2020. Solzensmont gene therapy for spinal muscular atrophy disease. So we are going to discuss a disease today. So let us take up the first one, that is an international relationship based question. In a mind's perspective, India-Afghanistan agreement to build Shahid Dam in Kabul. So Kabul is the capital of Afghanistan. So Afghanistan is the neighboring country of India. So India is also a friendly nation to its neighboring countries. For Afghanistan also. So India is also going to construct the dam that is called Shahid in Kabul River Basin. It is one of the 5 river basins in Afghanistan. So there are 5 river basins in Afghanistan. One is Kabul River Basin, in which India is going to conduct Shahid Dam. So what is the purpose for this dam? So this dam will be providing drinking, irrigation and environmental water for Kabul province. It will also provide water for irrigation to nearby areas. Irrigation in the sense the flooding of water to the agriculture fields. So it will be very useful for drinking and agriculture purposes. It is also constructed to protect the flood and manage the efforts related to floods. So this dam will be restricting the flood and will be helpful for various aspects of people. So what is the significance? This is the second major dam being built by India in Afghanistan after the India-Afghanistan Friendship Dam, Salma Dam. So India has already built a dam in Afghanistan that is known as Salma Dam. After this, the second one is going to be constructed in Afghanistan by India. Let's take the next one, that is Indian Navy's Combat Readiness Exercise, that is Tropics 21. So Indian Navy is conducting so many various exercises. India's also conducting many exercises between other countries. So we have seen in the last current affairs regarding the exercises. So let us take the exercise Tropics. It is a inter-service military exercise. So inter-service military exercise in the sense it takes a part of Army, Navy and Air Force. 3 services will be happening in this exercise. What is the aim? It is the validation of the capacity of the Navy, its offensive defense capabilities, safeguarding the maritime domain, and promote stability and peace in the Indian Ocean region. So this exercise is going to be conducted in the Indian Ocean region and the nearby water bodies by the Navy of India. The exercise is being overseen by the Naval Headquarters because it is conducted by the Navy. Other participants include Eastern, Western and Southern Naval Command of Indian Navy and Andaman Nicobar Command. It is located in the Port Blair. So Port Blair is located in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. It is a major port of India. So the location of this exercise, as we have discussed earlier, it is going to be take place in the Indian Ocean region and its adjacent waters. So what is the theme of this exercise? It is going to check the compact, ready, credible and cohesive force of this all military forces. So here, look at the image, Indian Ocean region and other water bodies. Here will be the exercise will be taking place. So let us focus on second phase of the Vigyan Jyoti program. So this is a program being conducted by the Indian government to develop the knowledge among the women and girls to nurture the knowledge of science. So it is being conducted in every year. So it is the second phase of this Vigyan Jyoti program. It was launched by the Department of Science and Technology. Please note down, it is important, by which ministry or which department it has been launched. What is the aim? It is a level playing field for the meritorious girls. The girls who are participating in science and technology in a well manner will be selected for this program, and they will be nudged to this program to develop their knowledge on science, technology, engineering, mathematics in their higher educations, and it will make them self-reliant to make their capacity in their specific subjects. The classes covered on this Vigyan Jyoti program are 11th and 12th. So the students who are well or who are getting merit in the 11th and 12th classes will be selected this program. Let us look at into the Nord Stream 2 pipeline between Germany and Russia. So there is a pipeline going to be constructed between Germany and Russia from Russia to Germany. So Russia going to provide natural gas supply through this pipeline. So it will be a contradiction. It will be creating a contradiction between Russia and US. So let us focus on this also. So let us discuss what is the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. It is a 1200-kilometer long offshore natural gas pipeline. It is a natural gas pipeline being constructed from Russia to Germany across Baltic Sea. So I have the image to discuss about this pipeline. The pipeline will run along with the already completed Nord 1 stream system, and the two together will supply an aggregate of 110 billion cubic meters of gas to Germany per year. So it is a natural gas based pipeline from Russia to Germany, through which Germany will be getting much amount of gases. It is almost 110 billion cubic meters of gas from Russia. So what are the benefits of this pipeline? So Russia will be improving its economy through supplying the natural gas to the Germany, and it will be creating a monopoly because the European market also depends on Russia for its 40% of natural gas from Russia. So if the Russia is constructed this pipeline, it will be a monopoly towards the European economy, the natural gas based one. The proposed route for the pipeline uses the territorial waters and exclusive economic zone, that is EEZ, of Finland, Sweden, and Denmark. So the exclusive economic zone of Finland, Sweden, and Denmark will be used by this pipeline, which is constructed by Russia. So it will be affecting the economy over there, and it will be also increasing the economy because it is going to supply the natural gas, and it will be creating an investment and employment over there in this region, because this is going to be constructed in the exclusive economic zone of these three countries such as Finland, Sweden, and Denmark. So these countries will not be most affected by this pipeline because these all are the beneficiary activities to these countries by Russia, such as employment guarantee and investments. So what is the controversy? So the US having a criticism about this. The US has criticized the project as they believe that the project would increase Europe's dependence on Russia for natural gas, because Russia is going to be a monopoly one to supply the natural gas. So because it will be depending more on Russia. So this is what the controversy from US. What is the apprehension by Ukraine? So there is also a pipeline goes between Russia and Europe in the region of Ukraine. So now it is a new project. It will to the Nord Stream in the Baltic Sea. So this will be constructed between Russia and Germany, and it will be affecting the economy of Ukraine. That is what their apprehension. They will not be using that one which is constructed between the Ukraine region. So that is what the apprehension of Ukraine. What is the opposition by some European countries? So European countries opposing this project because they are more dependent on Russia already. If the gas pipeline is implemented, it will be totally depending on Russia. So that is why their apprehension and opposition by the European countries. France has expressed its opposition to the project, having some others in Eastern Europe countries. But Germany has solidly stood behind the project, insisting that it's a commercial project. So Germany says it is a commercial project, it will not be affecting any other country. We will be benefiting through this. So it is a beneficiary one for Germany, but other countries are apprehending because of this project. Let us discuss in later current affairs about it. So let us take up the most public buses are not accessible to the people with disabilities. So in India, less than 7% of the public buses has been used by the people with disabilities. So it has been enhanced. The people with disabilities should be in used these public buses. Target and Accessible India campaign for public buses. Under the Accessible India campaign, the deadline for making at least 25% of public buses fully accessible was March 2018. However, the deadline has been pushed forward to June 2022. That is why we are going to study and discuss about it. So, what are the achievements it has been raised in the past year by the Accessible India campaign? Intercity buses. 1 lakh intercity buses are operated by states. Only 0.2 percentage are fully wheelchair accessible so that it can be used by the people with disabilities. 26 percentage are partially accessible and 74 percentage are not accessible. That is why people of disabilities are not able to use the public buses. Buses operating in urban areas. Almost 44,000 buses operating in urban areas. Only 22% are fully wheelchair operated. 33% is partially accessible to the public, and 44% is not accessible. So here we have to focus the disabilities in this program or campaign. So what is Accessible India campaign? It is a nationwide flagship campaign by the Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities. It is aimed at making the barrier-free and conducive environment for Divyagyans. The meaning of Divyagyans means the persons with disabilities. They may have disability in hands or legs, in movement from one place to one other place. So what are the components under the campaign? It will be building accessibility environment. It will be giving required medical, school, and workplace environment to the people. Transportation system accessibility. So we are discussing here the public and private transportation is not being fully accessed by people with disabilities because the buses and the travels by the public sector, that means the government, is not being a well-versed infrastructure. So they are going to focus on it. Information and communication accessibility. It is aims to eliminate all barriers linked to society and infrastructure in the way of obtaining and utilizing information in a daily life. So it will be a useful campaign for the people with disability to use all the public sector. Next one, self-regulatory toolkit. It is a toolkit. It is going to be used by the OTT for implementation of self-regulation codes 2020. So 17 over the top platforms have adopted the toolkit for effective implementation of the self-regulation code of 2020. The toolkit will be effective from February 10, 2021. So what are OTT platforms? So nowadays we are moving towards OTT platforms, which means we are moving towards internet movies and songs. So during Corona period or during lockdown, we are not able to go to theaters. So the people are used to see the People are used to see the movies through Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Hotstar, and others. Currently, there is no law or an autonomous body governing digital content. So, to maintain the digital content of these platforms, we need some rules and regulations, but there is no rules and regulations to maintain this digital content. So we are having Universal Self-Regulation Codes 2020 to maintain this. OTT platforms signed a Universal Self-Regulation Code under the Internet and Mobile Association of India, that is IMAI. What is the futures? Let us discuss. Regulatory environment, age classification, consumer compliance. So these are the three important sectors, things in which it will be focusing. Thus, Universal Self-Regulation Code will be focusing on it. Regulatory environment based on Information Technology Act 2000 is a primary governing statute for online content. So any content which is spreaded in the mode of online will be focused by this act of 2000, and the age classification will be given through this code, because some contents will be violative to the people with psychologically affection or mental ability, and the pregnancy women and children. So it will be violating their mentality. So they will be giving some age classification and their descriptions. And consumer complaints will be taken up by their universal self-regulation code, and it will be rectified. So this is the digital content regulation by the government. Let us discuss Solzensmont gene therapy for spinal muscular atrophy disease. If you have seen in the news yesterday, a girl or a child was affected with spinal muscular atrophy disease, was not able to get the medicine in India, so she was depending on the medicine from abroad. So she was given with the medicine about 6 crores worth. So the 6 crore worth of medicine was given to that girl without any GST. That is why it was in news. That some GST amount against the import of this gene therapy was waived off. So let us discuss what is spinal muscular atrophy. Spinal muscular atrophy is a rare genetic disease. It is a genetic disease. The person suffering from the disease cannot control the movement of their muscles. So the body will be totally paralyzed, because the muscle control will not be controlled by that specific person. He will be suffering on it. What is the causes? It is caused by the loss of nerve cells that are electrical signals from the brain to muscles. The protein needed for this signaling is coded by the gene. So to do some activity in our body, we need signals to the brain to act the muscles. So these nerve signals are will be coded by the gene responsible for that specific protein. So this gene will be having two identical copies. Every child or baby will be having this two identical copy of gene from its mother and father. When this fault happens to this genes, this paralysis happens, this spinal muscular atrophy disease happens to that baby or children. So who are the vulnerable group? The disease most often affects the babies and children. With time, it progresses and makes it extremely difficult for the babies to carry out basic activities like sitting up, because it is going to affect the spinal, so they cannot sit. It cannot, they cannot lift their head or swallowing the milk. Even they cannot do any activity with regard to spinal muscular. So their body will be fully paralyzed. What is Solzensmont gene therapy? There is also a gene therapy treatment named Solzensmont, which replaces the faulty gene. So here we have to replace the faulty gene, and we have to introduce a new gene based on that copy, which is transported to the baby or children by its parents. So this responsible faulty gene for spinal muscular disease will be eliminated, and the new copy or healthy copy of the faulty gene will be introduced in the body of the baby or children to rectify this disease. It allows the nerve cells to then start producing the needed protein. This needed protein will be activating the nerve cells to send the signals to the brain to act the muscles. So this is what all about the news. So let us take up the prelims based questions as we do each day. So the first one is, consider the following statement with regard to Nord Stream 2 pipeline. So we have discussed fully about the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. It is being conducted between Russia and China, Russia and Germany. Sorry, it is Russia and Germany. So let us take up the first one. It is the 1,200 kilometer long offshore natural gas pipeline. Yes, that's true. Natural gas pipeline. It is 1,200 kilometer Nord Stream. It is constructed from Russia to Germany across the Black Sea. Is it Black Sea? No. It is constructed between Russia and Germany, that's true, but it is not Black Sea. It is on the Baltic Sea. We have discussed it. I have also shown the image regarding that. So the answer is A. We should go for A. A is the right one. So let us discuss the second one. Let us consider the following statement with regard to exercise topics 21. So every day we used to discuss the exercise regarding Navy, Army and Air Force. The options given are, it is an intra-service military exercise. Is it the intra-service? No, it is an inter-service because it is going to happen in between the Army, Navy and Air Force of India in Indian Ocean region. So the exercise is being conducted in the Indian Ocean region and its adjacent waters. It's true. The first one is wrong. It is not intra, it is inter. Within the Navy. Which of the following statements are correct? One only is the answer because two. Sorry. The second one is right and the first one is wrong because it is inter service. So the answer is two only. Okay, let us wind up this video with this. Let us meet you on tomorrow session. Thank you for watching.